Bro. What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know me, my name is Kyle, aka Prince Kyle, and on this channel I talk about trans topics and just personal life experiences. So if that interests you, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. I wanted to show you guys that picture. I know it's far away, I don't really feel like moving the camera, but that's me. That's a dope picture that somebody from Italy drew for me, and I appreciate her so much, and I'm so happy I didn't pass up the opportunity for her to do that, because her artwork is amazing, and I posted her and put her tag name on my Instagram. So if you want to see who the artist was, then go over to my Instagram. I'll leave it down below and you can see the full image. Today's video is about cringy trans comments. I'm sitting in a really weird position, don't mind me. If you are transgender, you will probably be able to relate to this video 110%. There's no doubt in my mind that you won't. If you're not trans, this is more of an educational video of things that you just probably shouldn't say to somebody who is transgender. And I know a lot of it is harmless, so this video is not me like jumping down people's throat about making these comments, but just kind of more of a video to learn from your mistakes and just try to avoid saying these things because they're just cringy. So I actually have them written down right here because I'm not gonna remember them off the top of my head. Let's get right into it. The first one is, "Oh wow, you're trans, you pass so well." So the issue with this is that a long time ago, it was a little more acceptable to get away with saying this because it was seen as a compliment, but now we are definitely stepping away from that, and it is no longer a compliment. The reason it's not a compliment is because it's pretty much saying you pass as a cisgender male, meaning that some people pass and some people don't, which is not true at all. There are all different types of transgender men and all different types of transgender women who all fit in the category of being transgender and all fit in the category of appearing cisgender, whatever that means. So it is not a compliment to tell somebody they pass, because what is the definition of passing? There is no one way to look cisgender. Cisgender men and cisgender women come in all shapes, all sizes, all colors, and all different appearances. So there is no one way to look cisgender. So to tell somebody that they pass as cisgender is just not accurate, and it's just something you probably should not use as a compliment for a transgender individual. The second one I've had personally said to me. So there have been a few people I've dated in my past who are straight, and when some of my so-called friends have found out that we were dating, they would say, "Oh wow, I didn't know she was like that." You didn't know she was like what? You didn't know that she liked guys? Because I'm a guy and she's a girl and she's straight, so she likes me. At the end of the day, she's straight and she liked me because I'm a guy. So to say I didn't know she was like that is kind of putting me in a bubble, saying that you didn't know that she liked people who are different. And that's just not something you should say to a transgender person, or anyone at that. The next one on the list is, "So how do you have kids?" This can be a touchy subject for a lot of people, and not only transgender people, but cisgender people who may not be able to have children. It's just not something you outwardly ask somebody, especially if it's not someone you're close with. You should just avoid it at all costs. At the end of the day, transgender people can have kids the same way cisgender people can have kids, whether that be biological children, whether that be donors, surrogates, or even adoption. At the end of the day, there are all different types of options for all people. So to outwardly ask somebody, "How do you plan on having kids?" as if it's impossible to do so, is just not something you want to say. This one. You guys should probably know what this next one's gonna be. Did you have the surgery? The surgery. So what is the surgery? The surgery could be surgery on your leg, on your knee, on your arm, Surgery could be anywhere. So for somebody to say, did you have the surgery? Like, what does that even mean? Obviously, as transgender people, we know what people are talking about, but it's just such a dumb question. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to judge anybody, but it is such a dumb question. Like, what makes you think it's appropriate to ask a stranger or even a friend if they've had the surgery? Like, it's just not something to talk about unless you plan on doing something intimate with them where those parts are needed. If those parts are not needed, then that information is not needed. I promise. This one. So this one is not necessarily coming from cisgender people. It's actually more on the trans community side, or the people who are doing the research and trying to figure out if they may be trans. But it's just really cringy the way they say it. But the next one on the list is, so how long have you been a trans? Bro. Oh man. The issue with this is it's like you're asking in a way of, like, for example, if someone's vegan, how long have you been vegan? That's how they're asking this. So how long have you been a trans? I've been a trans my whole entire life. It's not something I just woke up one day and I'm like, I feel like being a trans today. Maybe tomorrow will be a cis. Just not the correct way to ask. I understand that you're trying to ask how long have you known you were trans. So I know it's just these people not knowing how to say or ask the question, but it's just super cringy because I haven't been a trans, I am trans. The last one on the list kind of goes hand in hand with the one I just said. I've never met a trans. 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10 to be realistic, you've met a transgender person, not once, not twice, but probably a handful of times in the same day, and you wouldn't have even known it. Because at the end of the day, we are all human and we look no different than anyone else on the street. Whether we were trans or cis, we all look like human beings. So I promise you, if you have never seen a trans before, 10 times out of 10 you've seen multiple transgender individuals, trans men, trans women, non-binary, everything under the umbrella. You've seen them at least a handful of times every single day, and you would never know. Like, you go into the bathroom with some of us and you don't know. Alright, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, this was all for fun. I know a lot of you guys may have said comments like these not realizing that it can be offensive to the trans community, but that's why I like to make some of these videos, so that I can educate and send a little bit of humor behind them. With that being said, if you haven't seen my video last week, it's of my girlfriend giving me my shot at home, so if you'd like to see that, make sure you go check that out. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.